What's going on, guys? Chip here. Welcome back to another Pokemon TCG online video where today you can see my setting is a bit different. I am, of course, visiting my parents for the holidays. So yeah, first off, Merry Christmas Eve to everyone out there. Hope you are spending the holidays with your family, your friends, your loved ones, and enjoying time with them, of course. And I wanted to bring my computer setup along with me because I wanted to still make videos while I'm visiting this week. I still wanted to stream while I'm visiting this week. So yeah, we're going to still be pushing out some videos here and there when I can. Of course, I am prioritizing spending time with my family, but I want to still make some content for you guys and play really cool decks like this one we're going to look at today. So let's go ahead and hop into things here. This is actually my second attempt at making this video because the internet connection at my parents' house is not as good as my internet is at home, and our first game was going really well and we disconnected from the internet, so hopefully that does not happen again. But we're going to start things today by looking at the Moltres Zapdos Articuno-GX ADP deck that Mohamed Sami Abdul Razak played to a second place finish at the most recent Malaysian Regional Championships. So congratulations to Mohamed. Mohamed, I also apologize if I butchered your name. I tried my best, I promise. But this is where we are, and we are going to look at this list. And yeah, I mean, Moltres Zapdos Articuno, definitely a really cool card. This is one of my favorite artworks of cards that has come out in a long time. And yeah, it's not a card that has seen a ton of play, but people have, messed around with it here and there. 300 HP colorless type tag team Pokemon with the Trinity Burn attack, 210 damage, no effects, but a super steep attack cost for a fire, water, lightning, and a colorless. So that's a lot to power up to get this guy going. So naturally, combining it with ADP, which has the ultimate ray attack, which lets us attach energy from the deck, is a pretty solid combination. Also with Victini here, Victory Sign, letting us search our deck for up to 2 basic energy cards of different types and attaching them to our Pokemon in any way that we like. We're gonna ideally use this guy turn 1 pretty quickly to get things moving. If not, we can just go attach turn 1, turn 2 Alter Creation, and then hope our ADP doesn't die, turn 3 Ultimate Ray onto a Moltres Zapdos and Articuno. Also the one of Cryogonal here with the Frozen Lock attack. A nice little tech for those Doll Stall decks, of course, which are still pretty popular and definitely something you want to be considering. Of course, Altered Creation is what makes this so powerful as well, being able to boost our damage through the rest of the game while also allowing us to take an extra prize card is pretty dang strong. So this is a Greens Exploration Engine deck. Since we don't have any Pokemon with abilities, we can kind of abuse this card, search your deck for up to 2 trainer cards, reveal them, and put them into your hand. So getting switches, tag calls, Energy Spinner on turn 1, of course Custom Catcher and Great Catcher to get some gusting effects going. We've got the Reset Stamp Power Plant combo, which is so powerful against so many of the decks in the meta. A lot of things just can't really deal with being plant stamped to 1 or 2, and you can kind of just sweep the game with a massive 300 HP MZA from that point on. A bunch of different energy types, as you can see. We've also got Mallow and Lana in here for that little bit of healing option. Cynthia and Caitlin to grab off the tag calls to get some draw going. Coach Trainer. We've also got Channeler here. I imagine this is a tech for the Latios GX in like Mewtwo decks and Dollstall decks, so that you can pull off the Channeler to remove the Clear Vision GX effect, and you can still use Altered Creation GX. So here's the list. Congrats once again to Mohamed. We're going to hop over to the ladder and get things moving. As you can see, we have a win streak of 0 because in the middle of our first game of the last video, we disconnected. So hopefully we can avoid that this time and get a win in today's video. Toe Drum here playing what looks like a Mewtwo and Mew deck, I would have to assume, based off of those typings, and also the Mewtwo and Mew deck box, of course. So they're going to call the flip. I like this deck because it's one of the ones that doesn't really mind going first or second. Not that big of a deal either way. We will still choose to go first ultimately. We have the Wait and See Hammer, which we could utilize if we were going second, and we also, of course, could Victory Sign on turn 1 if we're going second, but this is still, I would say, more beneficial to go about it this way. Alright, so we do get a Power Plant turn 1, and I think we will just throw that out there, try to slow them down as quickly as we can. I think I'm going to play Pokégear first, see if we get a supporter. That way we can just get the 2 different tag team Pokemon with the Tag Call if we do hit. Alright, we've got a Greens Exploration for the follow-up, so I think I will feel pretty confident here going Tag Call for just 2 Pokemon. We did prize 1 of each, so worth noting for sure. Got the Energy Spinner to find energy later on, which can be good. We've got 3 Stamp. We do have the other 3 Power Plants. Channeler, which could be a important piece if they do get off that Clear Vision. And I really kind of wish we were attaching to ADP here, and I think I will still go do that actually, because going attached to ADP seems a lot stronger than attaching to the Victini, because attaching to Victini doesn't get us closer to turn 2 Altered Creation. So I think this is a situation where we want to try to get that off, and I think we'll just go get Channeler just in case. Actually, can we realistically even get the turn 2 Altered Creation since we prized our other, what's it called? Maybe not. I mean, we could try to high roll Coach Trainer into the Metal, which maybe we do just go with that next turn. Yeah, I'm not really sure about this, to be honest. We'll see what we top deck, I guess. We have to high roll into the water, I guess it is. We might still just go for a Victory Sign next turn, which is probably going to be just fine. We will throw down the Power Plant and pass it over to our opponent. Let's see if they have a replacement stadium or that Marshadow right away. There is definitely a chance that we slowed them down a lot here with a Power Plant turn 1, as they're going to start things off with a Pokégear. Does fail it. I would imagine they're playing probably heavier tag team supporters. That's definitely the more popular version. I believe that's actually what Brent Tonneson won the Malaysian Regionals with, and as you can see, we are playing the deck that got second, so maybe a rematch of the finals here, potentially. Who knows? They are going to get the other Charizard in hand and actually just pass, so I do feel like this probably has slowed them down quite a bit. So we'll go ahead and just greens, and with this we will grab the Choice Helmet. We definitely want that to avoid having this just get one-hit KO, and maybe this is better to avoid getting one-hit KO. They really did nothing on their turn, which is good. We could take Channeler preemptively here just in case, so we can use Altered Creation next turn. And I think we'll do that just in case, play around any possible thing they could have. I doubt that they're going to pull it off, but you never truly know. And let's just go Victory Sign. I think I'll actually just go get a Metal and Water Energy, and we'll go ahead and get the ADP ready to go. I like this a little better than getting 1 on each of these things, because we don't have another energy in hand right now. And next turn we're going to go Retreat, Coach Trainer, and go from there. So, yep, and they're just going to scoop. The power of Power Plant is real. We definitely set up pretty dang well that game, I would say. And the Power Plant turn 1 can just really stunt a lot of these GX-focused decks, really relying on things like the Decklist, and of course Mewtwo Mew can't even attack with a Power Plant in play, except with their Miraculous Duo GX, which requires a lot of energy, so ends up working out pretty well for us. So we'll hop in and grab another one. Arthur PG playing a Fairy colorless Psychic deck. Fairy would always make me think Guardian, and colorless would make me think the Lugia with Guardian, but Psychic kind of has me a little confused here. There was a Guardian deck that got top 4. Did it play any random Psychic Pokemon? It did not. It played a Hoopa, though. That's interesting. I haven't looked at that list yet. Pretty good start with the Victini with greens. Also can turn 1 Power Plant once again. So yeah, feeling solid about this one. Starting off, at least, we'll see what the matchup is, and it is Pidgey Dolls? Interesting. Florges with maybe a thin Pidgeotto line, I guess. So this is going to be a situation where our Cryogonal is pretty important. I think we still want to go ADP GX attack as well. Cryogonal is here. We've got the Calm as well. I think we're just going to go Tag Call for... Yeah, let's go like this. Tag Call for ADP plus ADP. We'll go ahead and get down the Cryogonal. Yeah. And the next turn we can greens for Energy Spinner plus Switch. And we'll get off a GX attack. We do have, yep, 2 Energy Spinner plus the 2 Switch. And we've got the Channeler in hand, which is actually pretty lucky, honestly, to open up with it, but we will take it. And we could plant just to get it out of the deck. Sure, why not? I don't think that they're going to be playing Reset Stamp, most likely, but we'll just go ahead and kick it over to them. Pretty good setup so far, I would say, and this is kind of ideal, kind of what you want to be able to do against this deck. Get off the fast Altered Creation, and then go into the Frozen Lock right away. I'm just assuming this is some sort of Doll Stall deck. Yeah, looks like that is the case. I guess it is just like a thin Pidgeotto line, which makes sense to get the card you put back with Wondrous Gift. So yeah, I mean, it makes sense. I can't hate on it for sure. And Calm here puts back another Flabébé. I don't think there's a 60 HP Floette. I'm pretty sure there isn't. So this might just get... I mean, he has an Elms in his hand. Interesting to get the Munchlax. Maybe he doesn't play Floette. But the only reason you would play this one is if you played Floette, so you could get the Evolution turn 1. And he's just going to Snack Search. He didn't even... Oh, yeah, he played Bills. He can't play Elms. He played Bills, of course. Okay, so let's just go greens for the Energy Spinner plus Switch. We'll keep our same kind of strategy moving here. And we will go... And I guess actually, maybe a Bird Trio GX attack. No, he probably plays Mew, right? Yeah, we saw Psychic type. We know he plays Mew. So we'll just go like this. We'll go Spinner for the Metal. And we'll Altered Creation. And now we only need to take 3 knockouts, which is great, which we should be able to do as long as all 4 custom catchers were in the deck, or we can take them quickly enough. I think I did see 3, if I'm not mistaken. I should have checked a little closer, but we actually do see they have the Pidgeotto in hand. Gonna just go with an Airmail. And they could have played the Elms first to thin a little bit. I maybe would have liked to see them do that because they're probably always playing the Elms this turn unless they have, you know, something else going on. Yeah, unless they had like Stevens or something right here. And we're actually just going to be able to knock out this Florges, which is pretty good. He plays multiple... Wait, what else did he get with the Elms? He plays 2/2 Pidgeotto, at least, at minimum. Wondrous Gift, Snack Search. Heads. Probably gets back, what, Calm? Or, yeah, Pokégear, probably. And then he's hoping to Snack Search for the Bills, I would imagine. Chooses not to Snack Search, so he just wants to... Well, I think we just go Frozen Lock him right away, right? What are his 2 cards in hand? Pidgeotto. He can still draw with Pidgeotto. We should knock out a Florges while we can. I've changed my mind. We're going to knock out Florges. We could Channeler ourselves. We don't want to do that. Of course. Yeah, let's just Ultimate Ray, take the KO. I don't think I'm going to attach... I guess I'll just attach the 1 water. We do have 1 in hand. Let's see how many... Yeah, so we do have 3 custom, so we need to take 1 eventually. For sure. Definitely need to take 1 eventually. Alright, it's not yet. And he's just going to go ahead and send up the first doll. So this doesn't turn off his items, but it does take our 2 prizes. So turning off items really doesn't even matter that much, though, I feel like. because as long as we can get our custom out of the prizes. Because now we just need to custom 2 times and we'll win the game. So, Pidgeotto. If he doesn't evolve this and we can go custom Frozen Lock, knock this out, that's pretty dang good. If we get greens off the Pokégear, of course, which is kind of what I'm depending that on. I do find Tate and Liza. Probably we'll just have to go Shuffle Draw 5. Yep. Certainly what they're going to go with. Wouldn't make very much sense to just switch into Munchlax or something, right? They do get down a second doll, which is a little annoying, but not the end of the world. And there's the Sky Pillar. So, okay. And a Tails on the Snack Search. Do we get a greens? No, there's a Cynthia Caitlin. We could find it here. Honestly, if we can find greens and go custom Frozen Lock this, we might just be able to win the game, like in a couple turns. We do whiff the greens, though. That's fine. We'll just go Cynthia and Caitlin, get the greens, and draw 3 cards. Yep. And we'll just go switch into Cryogonal and hit him with the Frozen Lock. No prize, of course, but he cannot play any items down. And here comes the Lily's Pokédoll. So we got to just get through one more of these, and this deck is really hindered by the item lock. He probably is playing Channeler. I would have to assume at least one, and he might be playing the Spiritomb as well. The one Spiritomb plus the one Rainbow. Although, did we see Dark type in his type preview? I don't think we did. We always go like this even if we don't think he has Spiritomb. So, yeah. If he's got it, he's got it, but I don't even think he played it. So, another Pidgeotto. Yeah, and at this point, he didn't get Floette with the first. Yeah, so now we can just go customs knock this out. Get around his. We could even stamp away his Stevens instead. I think that's probably a little better. Let's see what we top deck. A Fire Energy. That is a lot of energy. Let's actually just go stamp plus get a custom in hand. Or we could go stamp plus get this in hand. That's pretty good. We'll just do that. Stamp, Frozen Lock. Because he probably did get the Channeler pieces. So it's probably our best answer this turn. I guess we could throw a Fire Energy down here. There's really not a reason not to, I guess. But I'm definitely feeling very confident at this point in the game. We are in a pretty advantageous spot, I would definitely say. So they send up the Munchlax, free retreat, of course, best option to promote based on their bench. We haven't seen any Jirachi, so I guess they're just choosing to play Pidgeotto over Jirachi. They're going to go ahead and Belloba. Does mill ADP. What else? Plus a Mallow Lana and a Lightning. Honestly, not bad. None of those cards are going to be useful to how we're set up to win the game at this point. And there's his second Munchlax. And if he does just pass here without getting down a doll, so he's not going to get down a doll because, of course, he can't play Channeler anymore. So I think what we'll do here is we'll just go attach, retreat, and take a knockout, and then we have greens for custom catchers for the game on the next turn, and that should be GG. So they did flip heads, so their Munchlax is going to end the turn in the active spot. And they're just going to put back Tate and Liza. Let's go ahead and attach a fire, hard retreat. We could just stamp. I mean, I guess we could theoretically lose if he Bellelbud away multiple custom catchers. Or not lose, but not be in a winning spot right away. But even then, we can still just get back into this guy and be fine. So I think I'll just hold the rest of the hand and use Ultimate Ray. We could have preemptively greens for the customs there, but Let's throw this down right here. I guess we could have put an energy on the active so that we can move it next turn and still keep some energies on it. We actually did have our custom in the last 2 prizes, but it doesn't matter anymore because at this point all we need is 2. We could, like I said, actually be in a weird spot though if he... So he can win the game now if he Bellelba's away 2 customs and Spiritomb knocks out our Cryogonal. That's how he can win the game. So he does have that win condition, but I don't know that he plays Spiritomb. I feel like it would be hard to fit Spiritomb if you're playing Pidgeotto, I should say, which we obviously know he's playing that. He does get Rare Candy out because, of course, we used Frozen Lock. Most of these are not playing stamped, so I'm not anticipating getting Reset Stamped. If we did get stamped, though, that would definitely be pretty weird to come back from. But we could get Cynthia and Caitlin to get back a green, so like I think inevitably we should be able to win. It does just get scary if he does mill a couple of customs, and if he just passes here or snack searches, we should win the game. Oh, Bellelba, please no. Okay, we're good. Live to fight another day, and that should be GG. Even then, see, we would have been fine. We just go like attach an energy to the active, hard retreat it to start frozen locking once again. We're kind of in the same spot where he won't be able to put down Lily's Pokédolls. We can always stamp away if he Stevens for those pieces, which I imagine would be like Channeler and stuff like that. He's down 3 Stevens. I guess he's milled them on the Bellelbas and I haven't noticed. And it is just going to be a snack search. So we should be able to close out the game here with a Greens Exploration. He should know that's in our hand because I think we greensed for it a couple turns ago. And we'll be able to close this one out. And yeah, he's just going to put the Bellelba back. And once we see the greens, I wouldn't be surprised. Or once we play the greens, I wouldn't be surprised if he just conceded pretty quickly afterwards. And we'll go customs. Bring up the Munchlax because, you know, who likes Munchlax? Not me. Ultimate Ray for the KO. Just kidding. I love Munchlax. And throw the metal on the active. Sure, why not? And we'll give him the well played. Oh, didn't work. Well, GG's, and that is a dub. So, yep, gonna go ahead and call it there, guys. Got a couple games, and I know it was a pretty short video, but hopefully you kind of got to see the gist of the deck. Definitely a pretty solid one, like I said. I think it is very cool. I always love seeing people do well with unique decks like this, so congrats once again to Muhammad on his finish. Guys, please be sure to leave a like down below if you enjoyed. Be sure to subscribe if you haven't, and check out this list. Give it a play for yourself. Deck lists, as always, are in the description of the video. Copy paste it right over to PTCGO, and you can start playing right away. So thank you guys so much for watching. That's going to do it for me. I'm going to get out of here, and until next time, take care.